Hey, New Hope family, it's Pastor Matt with your devotional thought for today. Hebrews chapter 11 is often called the Faith Hall of Fame, or some would call it the Hall of Faith. But really, it's a list that the writer gives us about all of these different historical saints, these people who have trusted in God, who their faith made them righteous. And I wanted to point to a specific person in this, so read along with me. By faith, Rahab the prostitute did not perish with those who were disobedient, because she had given a friendly welcome to the spies. Now, this passage actually outlines who Rahab was. Rahab was a prostitute. She was a prostitute, but when the spies of Israel came to check out the land, to see if they'd be able to take over this land that was before them, Rahab protected the spies. She gave them cover. She protected them, took them in for that time to keep them safe as the men in the community were trying to hunt them down. And so because of this, we see Rahab listed. Rahab, this prostitute, is listed in this Faith Hall of Fame, as many have come to call it. She's listed among many of the heroes of the Old Testament. And I think there are two things I wanted to share in this. First of all, no matter what our past might be, our Lord can redeem us. It doesn't matter what we've been known as, right? Even in this passage, Rahab the prostitute. That's not who she was, right? That was her activity. That was how she made her living. But ultimately, she's listed here amongst others because of her faith. She's not identified by her prostitution, by her past sins, right? That's how she's remembered, for her faith being demonstrated in that time. And that's one part of it for each of us to remember. No matter what's in our past, the Lord can use us. The Lord can redeem us. The Lord can use us to share His glory and His love. Secondly, the entire list outlined in this passage, each of these people, it says it is their faith that has made them worthy of being mentioned. And the common denominator with all of them is the object of their faith. Their faith was great because of who their faith was placed in. And I think for us, brothers and sisters, all of us desire to be people of faith. We desire to be faithful people, and we desire to have great faith. But I think the most important thing for us to remember is that it is the object of our faith that makes our faith greater, as we recognize that our faith is in the holy and perfect and utterly faithful God. It is the object of our faith that makes our faith valuable, not having faith in and of itself. And we need to remember that the greatness of the object of our faith, Christ Himself, our great God, that is the object of our faith. And with Him as the object of our faith should be unshakable. Our faith could move mountains, as Jesus says. And so I think it's important for us to remember those two things. No matter what our past might be, if we place our faith in the faithful God of this universe, He can redeem anything in our lives, any situation. And secondly, we need to remember that our God is great, and so the object of our faith is worth every ounce of trust that we might put in Him. Every mustard seed-sized faith is worth placing in Him. Every ounce of who we are can trust in the object of our faith, because that is what makes our faith great.